few days ago, I made this video.
When it comes to Israel, this is one fact that I can't stop thinking about. The fact that the Israelites became the Israelites in 1948. Israel was not a state before 1948. It was a planned country. Planned country. That the British and UN agreed to be created but weren't sure how to do it most equitably. So before this creation, there was no Israel, which then means
most countries on our planet are planned countries. Before you come up to make videos like this, be sure that you actually understand, so that you will not fool yourself. Nigeria is a planned country. Ghana, America is a planned country. Every country is built on a plan. We didn't just wake up one morning and just see Nigeria. No, there were processes that created that country. There were ideas to bring certain persons, certain people together in order to form a nation. So countries are usually planned. So saying Israel is a planned country doesn't mean anything.
there was no Israelites. So my question would now be, where were the Israelites that were mentioned in the Bible before 1948?
The full video is taken.
Okay. She's saying that the Israelites didn't exist before 1948. Okay, let me hear what she wants to say.
Links down below if you want to check it out. Bible-believing Christians who believe Israel is the promised land came into the comment section, called me ignorant. You know, they were not very pleased with the information I shared in that video, which are facts that you can look up yourself. But check out this next clip.
Most Christian Zionists in America had no idea that the people living in Israel are not native, the area of Palestine, Israel, whatever you want. They were not born there. They immigrated from Europe.
Ashkenazi Jews.
They were Ashkenazi Jews who came in from Europe and with the right.
Let me pause right there. You find the video, you can find this video on TikTok. Now, here's something. Before you come online and you start spitting things like this, be sure that you've actually verified your information. Be sure that you actually know what you're talking about. Because it's obvious this lady actually just embarrassed herself online. To me, that's what she did. She just made a fool of herself. You know, like the worst statement you can say is that Israel didn't exist before 1948. Israel, the people, the Jews, the Ashkenazi Jews that are being talked about here are from Israel. They are Jews from Israel. After the death of Solomon, after the period of the death of Solomon, and during the era of the Babylonian exile, whereby Babylon took Israel in 598 BC, when Babylon took Israel. Now, these were the periods when these Ashkenazis were actually migrating through waterways into Europe. They are Jews. They started migrating into Europe. There are different types of Jews, and all these Jews came out of Israel, because when Israel was going through a lot of riots and all that, a lot of wars and problems, there were a lot of divisions. Have you heard of the Ethiopian Jews? They are Ethiopian Jews. They also migrated. The Ethiopian Jews are out of the tribe of Dan in Israel. Then they started spilling out based off of the problems in Israel. Then the Israelites actually came to that land, Canaan, that the Bible said was the promised land. It was called the promised land because God promised Abraham that this land, that he was going to give them this land. That is why it was called the promised land. It is not called the promised land because Christians see that place as heaven. No. As a matter of fact, Christianity, I saw one of her videos where she said that Christians are paying money to go to the so-called promised land, this, that, but it is absolutely wrong. There is nowhere that Jesus actually taught Christians that Israel is their promised land. It was never written that way. So whatever, I don't know where she got that kind of information that she was spreading. But the thing is, the Israelites came into Israel. The Israelites came into that land, Israel, the Israeli land, that is, having this problem with the Palestinians and all that stuff. That land, they came to that land in about 1760 BC. That was when they actually came into that land. And in about 700 BC or so, they were invaded. Israel was invaded by the Assyrians, Neo-Assyrians or Neo-Babylonians during that period. And in 590 something BC, Babylon actually came and destroyed Jerusalem and took the land from them, and a lot of them went into exile, and Israel was very divided. Now a lot of things have happened over, this is history. Now these are informations that are available for you online. Like, you should learn to actually look up informations before you actually say certain things. You have to look up certain informations before you actually choose to say certain things. If not, you will embarrass yourself. Israel did not exist in 1946 or 1948 like she is actually claiming. Israel have actually existed way before that. After they came out of Babylon, then there was the Greek Empire, the Alexander Empire, and then the Roman Empire. The Romans took control of those lands, and Israel, the Jews, were under the Roman Empire. Under the reign of King Herod. And after King Herod died, the land was divided into 5 between 2 of Herod's sons, Herod Antipas and one other Herod. The land was divided amongst his sons. And over the years, various things have happened. So the Israelites actually existed. The Jews existed. As a matter of fact, based on their immigration, their movement, they started having various names: Ethiopian Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, and all the likes. It's like for example, Yorubas in Nigeria started migrating, to various places, and they are called European Yorubas, Asian Yorubas. That is what it is. But it doesn't change the fact that they are all rooted back to this particular point, Israel. So for the fact that they are Ashkenazi Jews doesn't actually mean that they are not Jews, but doesn't mean that they are not Israelites. So the Israelites have a long history. These are very easy information that you can get online. But she refused to actually get herself educated, but is so quick to actually judge and conclude that this and this and this, and it is completely wrong. Because what you do not know, what you do not understand, do not be quick to come out on the internet and start saying rubbish and insulting people's religion, insulting people's belief, because you are trying to prove that you are logical when you are actually not. It's embarrassing.
Took the land. God didn't give it to them. They took it at the point of a rifle, shooting Arabs, and they killed Muslims and Christians. They slaughtered them. Massacres. Women, children. Horrible massacres. That is the history of Israel, 1948.
And so is the history of the world. The world today is built on blood of men, women, and children. So picking out Israel and trying to destroy, and trying to paint them bad doesn't make any sense. Because throughout the years, throughout thousands of years, there have been wars, there have been kingdoms rising and kingdoms falling. There was Babylon, and then Babylon was brought down by the Medo-Persians. And when the Medo-Persians rose, the Medo-Persians became the first 1 million army in the world. but they were very bad with tactics. The Medo-Persians were brought down by the Greeks, Alexander the Great, and in a very short period of time, Alexander the Great occupied and dominated vast lands upon the earth, stretching into Africa and far into Asia. After a period of time, when Alexander died, his kingdom was divided amongst his 5 generals into 5 kingdoms, and they started fighting and warring against themselves. The Romans took advantage and then came in, and the Roman Empire was established. At some point, the Roman Empire was also brought down. Now, through the years, they have been killing, there have been blood, there have been massacre. If you've heard of the Crusades, if you've not heard of the Crusades, go online and read about the Crusades. As a matter of fact, there are some movies about the Crusades. Go on Wikipedia, go on sites, and read about the Crusades, and you will learn how the Crusades started, the war between the Christians and the Muslims in the Middle East region and all that. Over the years, kingdoms have been taken. If you fall short, if you are weak, your kingdom will be taken from you. Men are naturally seeking to dominate, which is the natural instinct of a man, seeking to dominate, seeking to be in power. It has always happened all over the world. Israel is not just, America has killed the history of Nigeria, the tribes in Nigeria. They've migrated. You don't know who were the people that were here before our people came and actually fought them and defeated them and took their lands. It happens everywhere. There is killing, there is blood. For the point that she's actually single-handedly pulling Israel out to prove a false point that Israel did not exist before 1948 is the most stupid thing. Anybody can go on the internet and actually say, you need to go back, like you need to read history. You don't just listen to what one white man says and you just take that information as. You need to, when you hear something, when you find something, dig deeper into that thing so that you can learn, so that you can actually understand, so that at the end of the day you don't come out and you embarrass yourself on something that you don't know anything about.